This morning, the desperate search for 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie now entering its fourth day, with the Pima County Sheriff saying he's holding out hope Savannah's mom is alive.
We have nothing else to go on but the belief that she is here. She's present, she's alive, and we want to save her.
NBC News is aware of 2 reports of ransom notes sent to news organizations that reference Nancy Guthrie. NBC News has not seen those notes, and so far, no law enforcement agency has substantiated them. The Pima County Sheriff's Office saying it's also aware of the reports, adding, "We are taking all tips and leads very seriously."
The leads we've got coming in are critical to us. They're valuable, and we're sharing those with the FBI and others.
FBI agents are now working closely with local authorities. The Sheriff's Department says Guthrie had several cameras at her home, but it's still unclear if there's any footage from the overnight hours when she was believed to be abducted. They're also still trying to find any usable video from neighbors' homes.
To give you a sense, this is what the neighborhood looks like. Many of the homes are on these big lots set back from the street with all this tall, dry vegetation blocking any view of the road. There's also no street lights here, making capturing video in the middle of the night even harder.
President Trump weighing in on Nancy Guthrie's disappearance.
Would you commit to more federal agents like helping out on this?
Sure, I would. I'm going to call her later on. I think it's a terrible thing. I always got along very good with Savannah. Very unusual situation, but we're going to find out.
While authorities stress help from the public is key,
every lead and tip is important.
The NBC family and supporters across the country continue to stand by Savannah.
What you see on the Senate Today show is real. Those people are special people, and we're just heartbroken and devastated and praying for Savannah and her entire family through this difficult time.
And as you guys know, understandably, Savannah is no longer going to be traveling to Italy for the Olympics this week, where she was scheduled to host the opening ceremonies on Friday. She's obviously going to stay here in Tucson with her family as they continue this search. Guys, there's so much support for them here in the community. In fact, a local church is holding a candlelight service for Nancy tonight to pray for her safe return. Craig.
Amen to that. All right, Liz Kreutz for us on the ground in Tucson. Starting us off again, Liz, thank you. I want to turn now to ABC's Tom Winter, who covers law and crime. Tom, good morning to you. Let's talk about what's transpired since we last talked 24 hours ago here on the set. In terms of the investigation, where are we now? And where does it need to go from here?
You know, Craig, we've gotten some new information. Unfortunately, it's not really new information that can help us advance the case today or help out people that are watching that want to assist with this case. You just saw in Liz's report as she was walking there in the vegetation. We're looking at it now. That's something that a number of people reached out to me yesterday and said, did they find any tire tracks? Was there anything that they were able to see behind the house? Because so far, there's been no sightings of any suspicious or unusual vehicles on any of the cameras from the other houses on the street where Nancy Guthrie lives. And unfortunately, the sheriff says, well, no, as a matter of fact, we have not seen any tire tracks surrounding this house. So that was difficult. There are some technological challenges that are occurring with the cameras that were at Nancy Guthrie's house. So that's making things more difficult as far as trying to find any video that may have occurred in those overnight hours when it's believed that she was taken from that residence.
As you know, there are reports circulating now of ransom notes to news outlets.
Yeah.
About Nancy. What should we make of that?
Right. So there were 2 notes that were sent to news organizations yesterday. They both referenced Nancy Guthrie. I have not reviewed those notes, but based upon what we're told, they have not yet been substantiated by law enforcement. So they haven't definitively tied those notes back to this case. It is something that's going to be investigated by the sheriff's office. Those notes have also been relayed to the FBI. So they're in the course of investigating those as well. They have some expertise as far as trying to track down that information. But sitting here this morning, there's nothing that leads me to believe that at this moment in the investigation, those are actually connected to what actually happened here.
Yesterday, we heard from the FBI agent who's in charge of that particular area in Tucson, and he said that they were specifically analyzing cell phone and tower data. What can they glean from that, Tom? What will they be looking for there?
So it's called FBI CAS, and the FBI sent in even more of their agents that are familiar with this technology, the Cellular Analysis Survey Team. Each cell phone tower puts out a signal, as we all know. And what they're going to do, and I'm explaining this in the most basic form, is they're going to look at all the signals that overlap Nancy Guthrie's house. And they're going to say which cell phones were connected to that house. They'll look at the neighbors. And so if you were my neighbor, Craig, and Chanel, if you were my neighbor, you would say, okay, well, we know that they're going to be there and they were at home at those hours because it was the overnight hours. But We have a number that's connected to the cell phone towers in this area. And you know what? That number's not usually there. Or why is that number there now? And all those types of things are going to look at, certainly as they get additional leads and additional developments. They're hopeful that they'll be able to then use that to maybe track any individuals that they're hoping to find and obviously get to a great outcome. I will say this. I have never covered a case in my entire career where somebody didn't know something, didn't know a family member, didn't know a friend who was responsible for this. Somebody always knows something. And you know what? You can not like us, you cannot like the government, law enforcement, whatever it is in your life that you've got an issue with. At the end of this case is an 84-year-old woman who wanted to spend the rest of her days going to church, spending time with her kids and grandkids. So now is the time to make that call. That is going to be critical in this case. I've never seen a situation where somebody didn't know something about who was responsible for the crime.
And the family maintains that if there is someone out there who has her, say something. No questions asked. Drop raw.
Absolutely.
Tom, thank you.
Thank you, Tom.
Again, to Tom's point, if you have any information about this case, we urge you to call that phone number on your screen, 1-800-CALL-FBI. And, of course, we will continue to bring you the latest updates on the search throughout the morning.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.